Call the Apache Junction City Council meeting to order. Invocation will be led by Vice Mayor Wilson and the pledge by Councilmember Schroeder.
Heavenly Father, we want to express our thanks for the recent rain in addition to the increased snowpack in the higher country. We also want to express our thanks for the great weather we've had and the temperatures that we have been experiencing. We ask for your guidance for us and our staff as we perform city business. We continue to keep this a great city to live, work, perform business, and raise a family. Again, we ask for your protective hand for all our first responders as they continue to protect us and our lifestyle. We extend this to our military members and their families wherever they are serving throughout the world. Bring them all home safe at the end of each and every day. In the Lord's name, amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Camera and it moved. Roll call.
Mayor Sturdy,
Here.
Vice Mayor Wilson,
Here.
Councilmember Barker,
Here.
Councilmember Evans,
Here.
Councilmember Rizzi,
Present.
Councilmember Struble,
Here.
Councilmember Schroeder.
Present.
Everybody present. You have 7 members present. You have a quorum, Your Honor.
Do we have a motion on the consent agenda?
Your Honor,
Yes.
I move that the consent agenda be accepted as presented and that the contract assignment from VIP Vending LLC to West Valley Vending, Inc. for the remainder of the original agreement for 1 year with automatic renewals not to exceed 8 years be approved.
Second.
Roll call.
Mayor Sturdy,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Wilson,
Yes.
Mrs. Barker,
Yes.
Mrs. Evans,
Yes.
Mrs. Rizzi,
Yes.
Mr. Struble,
Yes.
Mr. Schroeder.
Yes.
Unanimous, Your Honor.
Do we have any announcements or current events? Chip?
Yes. This past Monday, I was with, let's see,
Me.
Robin. There we are. Forgot who I was with. And we went to the League of Cities where we had an opportunity to talk to some of our legislators and get their, or give them our opinions on some of the upcoming bills. And it was a very, I'm going to say, conversations concerning some of the bills and activities, and they were definitely asking our inputs. I was encouraged by some of their responses, and it was very informative, and it was I've forgotten now how many legislators we had there.
5 or 6.
Yeah.
I think there were even more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 7, 8, somewhere in there. I had a good legislative crowd
did.
for a change.
Yes, we did. So it was encouraging.
Okay. Anyone else this way?
I guess so. So on January 27th, we held the second annual AJ Kids Idol out at Barleans, and it was a great show. Had 14 acts, kids from kindergarten through 12th grade. And we had approximately, somewhere right around 220 people attend, which was about 30 or 40 more than we had the previous year. It was a real great showing and a great example of what our kids in our community can do. So already planning for next year, so look forward to that next end of January.
Anyone?
I got a couple things.
Krista?
I just wanted to reiterate what Councilmember Struble had said about the Kids Idol. It was really great. A lot of great talent out there, and you know, for the kids that participate, we've got as young as I think 6 or 8 years old kids that get up there on stage in front of this big crowd, and so can't even imagine the courage that it takes for these kids to do that. But as this event in our community continues to grow, we just hope that these kids and other kids that want to come forward and participate, now's the time to get ready. Don't wait until the next competition comes up, get out there now and start practicing. If you're an instrument or player, or if you're a singer, whatever your act might be, start now and get ahead and get some good practice in. Several of us had attended a bunch of stuff the last few weeks. We went to the Pinnell Partnership. One of the things that stood out with the Pinnell Partnership breakfast for me was that right now Pinnell County is struggling with something that our community struggles with, and it's a rumor base. Sometimes things get put out to the community that aren't quite accurate, and they struggle with how do you get the public back on track with the facts. And so sometimes here things get reported as being in Apache Junction when they're not, and so that's something that we have struggled with here. So to hear that Pinnell County was having those same issues was a little interesting. The governor's breakfast, several of us had gone to the East Valley Governor's Breakfast where he gave the State of the State address. I believe that is available online. I don't want to spend a lot of time talking about it. The highlight, the one point that stood out for me with that meeting that he gave was that he plans on having $1 billion surplus, and I thought that was, it'll be interesting to follow and see how that transpires. Also with a couple of the council members, we had gone to, Vice Mayor had mentioned that we had gone to the 23rd Legislative Day, and this is really a great opportunity for your local people, your council members here, to go and meet with our legislators and talk with them about concerns that our community has, learn about some of the bills that are coming up that affect us here locally. There's a couple of them that affect our community directly in regards to infrastructure, roads, the possibility of a gas tax increase. They're considering 25 cents over the next 3 years. That's going to impact us greatly. And then, of course, we have the new thing that came up, the vehicle registration fee. That there was a lot of conversation about that, about how the amount that it was supposed to be, and now it being $32, and how that impacts us here. And it's been a long time since the state has looked at any type of increases. I believe they stated since 1991. 25, 30 years is probably gone a little bit too long without trying to address these issues. This is how we maintain our roads. This is how we build new construction, and it affects us in a big way here. And so they're looking at different ways to try to make it up. I know that I can't remember the number. I believe there was several $1 billion that our state is behind in trying to play catch up with keeping up with our infrastructure. And so these are things that are coming forward and that will affect us here locally. But it was really great that your people, we serve our public here, and it was really great that we had the opportunity to go and represent our community and the people that we serve, and share the concerns with the higher ups, the legislators that are at the state level. And so I really appreciated that opportunity. It was my first time going, and I think I'm done rambling, Your Honor.
Yeah, I think I'll make an Apache Junction announcement. Paws and Claws has got their kitties and puppies on sale for $14 from now through Valentine's Day. So y'all go down and see if you can't find something that just fits in your family. That would be perfect. And on the legislative day, I think one of the most interesting points was that Bryant had sent a list of bills that were of great concern to our community. And all but one of those bills is pretty well out of the question already. So we were very pleased that the rest of the state appears to agree with us that those bills were not bills that we would want to have passed, and I thought that was pretty important. I also attended an economic development meeting today at MAG that was just fascinating. They were talking about Mexico and our trade with Mexico and how important it is to this state, the amount of dollars that are brought into this state for exports and imports with Mexico. It was a fascinating discussion. As time goes on, I hope to hear more and more about that. And I know that they're fixing the San Luis port, so if you have had trouble getting across the border. That San Luis port ought to be up in the next 2 years so that it's a lot more friendly to go through.
Yeah, I have a bunch of them too. On Friday, I believe the United Way has organized Project Connect, and it's going to be at a different location this year. I think it's going to be at, what is the church that used to be Smith's? Right, is that where it is?
Cornerstone, Center Stage.
Stage.
That's it. Yeah, thank you.
And I think that's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. 3 to 6 in the afternoon. And this is for people that need help, homeless, not only homeless people, but just people that are on the edge. And there's like 15 different resources there that you can put people into connection to get people help and to keep people from getting in that situation. So it's a great thing. I think Bryant will talk about this when he talks about our city hall getting an award for being, well, we'll let Brian talk about that one. And one of our local restaurants got nationwide recognition. We actually should have talked about this last time when we forgot it, but the Momo Bowl they have the top 100 Yelp reviews in the whole country. They were number 76. Now, that doesn't mean they're the 76th most popular restaurant in the country. It just means that their service is so outstanding that their reviews were the top in the whole country. Maybe other restaurants can learn from them, and that's how you get noticed is just to out-service everybody, just like our staff does. This Thursday, if you're a realtor, we are having the Realtor Roundup at the Multi-Gen Center, and this is, they do the things that the realtors have to do. They have to go to so much school for the year to be qualified, but also the city is going to be there with our staff to support, to say what can we do for them and what do they do for us. And that's going to be, I believe, from 9 o'clock till about 1 o'clock, and they'll even serve dinner if you're a realtor. And I've been going to it's State of the City season, of course, State of the Nation tonight, but State of the Cities have them also. I went to Mesa's this morning, and on the 13th, which is next Thursday, we'll be doing our second annual. Wednesday the 13th, that's right, because Friday or Thursday is Valentine's Day. So on Wednesday the 13th at the auditorium or the Performing Arts Center at the high school. And these other cities, they make you pay to get in. Ours is free, and we make it worth your while. It shows what are we doing with your money, what's the council doing, what's staff doing, and it's a chance to highlight what staff accomplishes, and I think you'll enjoy that as well. And also, we have another award. Our own city manager, Bryant Powell, was elected by his peers to be the board president of the ACMA, the Arizona City Managers Association. And is this a picture of him getting the award?
No, this is him actually acting in his capacity as president, handing out awards.
He's now the president.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
now president.
So do we have to give him a raise now?
No,
I'm sure he'd love that.
it's just my turn.
Okay, good. All right. So is there anything else about that we don't know about, Matt, or?
No, that's about it. It's a year-long commitment. He'll be leading the organization and helping set goals and kind of leading the charge for all city managers in Arizona.
And what that does do good for the city is he gets to see what other cities are doing, their problems, and what they're accomplishing. So it helps to talk to our peers that way, so. And Krista has remembered something else?
I have, Your Honor. You had mentioned the State of the City address, and we got notified from our school district that this year their culinary program is going to do some catering for that event. And so that is going to be a real special treat. I can tell you, if you haven't had the opportunity to be served or had any of the treats and food that these culinary students in our school district make, you're in for a real treat if you attend. And so I thought that was really great that they are going to be doing that as our State of the City address.
And you'll get to hear one of the Kids Idol winners sing the national anthem, too. City Manager's report.
Thank you, Your Honor, and thank you for, I guess, the recognition. I get the opportunity to serve on the board for about 3 years. It's a volunteer part-time, three meetings a year about, and we plan the conference and we coordinate some of the efforts within the Arizona Professional Organization of the City Managers and provide support to all the city managers throughout the state. Yes, about a month ago, the the Arizona Republic highlighted some of the city halls in the East Valley, and they showed kind of the distinction of the different ones. And I think it was tripped off by Tempe doing some upgrades. And when they did that, they kind of highlighted the different ones, and they showed Apache Junction first, and showed us off in a way that was really neat to show that we had energy, environmentally sound building, and we thought that was neat because it was the one that came up first, and so we won. Right, Mayor? That's right.
Absolutely.
And then I am super happy and pleased to welcome Jennifer Pena to our city and to our organization. Jennifer, can you wave or stand up there? She is. Been with us just over a month and is our deputy city clerk. And we're thrilled to have her. She comes to us most recently from Chandler, and before that, Litchfield Park, and before that, Peoria, all in very similar roles in those organizations. And she is, I understand it, just hitting the ground running, and we're so thankful to have her. And we look forward to having you interact with her and getting to know her. And that concludes my report tonight.
Okay, consideration of appointment to the Planning and Zoning Commission. Any discussion on this? Then,
Your Honor, I just had a comment, if I may. I would just like to thank everybody that had applied for this position. You know, it's tough to come up here. Some of you had a little bit of experience coming up here and doing the interview. I remember way back when I did them, and it can be nerve-wracking. And so we appreciate everybody that came forward and put in for it. We really appreciate the time that people volunteer on our boards. It's time-consuming. You have to read the information, be prepared, sometimes go out into the field and check things out. And so we just, I would think we all would probably say the same. We just appreciate everybody that applied. Whoever gets it, to the folks that don't get on, please keep trying. If you haven't taken the Citizens Leadership class, please take that. It's very interesting. It's very informative. But please keep applying for the various boards that we have. I just wanted to mention one person in particular, Colleen. I think her last name had changed to, is it Shipman? Shipman, yeah. I just wanted to point out that Colleen had served on the board previously, and just comment. She had always done an amazing job. She was always well prepared. She did her homework, and I just wanted to thank her for the time that she had spent on planning and zoning. I think she did a really great job, along with, Dave had been on planning and zoning for a lot of years. And so thank you all that put in the application. And Your Honor, with that, I would like to move to nominate Dirk Begeman to be appointed for the vacancy on planning and zoning.
is there a second? I will second it. Roll call.
Councilmember Barker,
No.
Councilmember Struble,
No.
Councilmember Evans,
No.
Councilmember Rizzi,
Yes?
Councilmember Schroeder,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Wilson,
Well, I have someone else in mind, so I'm going to say no.
Mayor Surtee.
Yes.
3 in favor, 4 opposed. The motion fails, Your Honor.
Is there another motion?
Your Honor.
Chip.
Okay. I would like to nominate Dave Hansky for,
Is there a second?
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Schroeder,
Yes.
Councilmember Barker,
No, and I'd like to explain that, because we have really, really pushed for people from the CLI to be appointed to these, if at all possible. We've had occasions when there wasn't anybody. Oh, he was. I'm so sorry. In that case, Yes. Sorry, that was the only reason I had.
Councilmember Struble,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Wilson,
Yes.
Councilmember Rizzi,
I'm going to explain my vote also. One of the things that I think is important for serving on this board in particular is to be a part of this community for a period of time. We've got some candidates that have been residents for an extended period of time, and I think for this board in particular, it's important to know the community and to really get a feel of what we're about here, and nothing personal, but no.
Councilmember Evans,
I have to say no, and again, it's nothing personal, but we have an applicant that had many years' experience on planning and zoning and the council, and I thought it would be a very seamless appointment, so no.
Mayor Surtee?
Yes.
5 in favor, 2 opposed, the motion carries, Your Honor.
Okay.
Congratulations.
No direction to staff. Selection of meeting dates.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I move that the executive session and work session for Monday, February 18th, 2019 are canceled due to President's Day holiday, and that an executive session at 6 p.m. and a work session at 7 p.m. be held on Tuesday, February 19th, 2019, in the City Council Conference Room in the City Council Chambers located at 300 East Superstition Boulevard, Apache Junction, Arizona.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Schroeder,
Yes.
Councilmember Struble,
Yes.
Councilmember Rizzi,
Yes.
Councilmember Evans,
Yes.
Councilmember Barker,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Wilson,
Yes.
Mayor Surtee,
Yes.
unanimous, Your Honor.
So that one motion did them both this time, correct?
Correct.
Yes, that was so much
It was
smoother.
so awkward with
Yes.
the two motions, just awkward.
Okay, we have one call to the public, and I don't need to read the rules because Tess Nesser understands them. I'll have my gavel ready anyway.
He's ready to gavel
Yes.
you.
Tess Nesser, 1511 South Cactus Road, Apache Junction. Lady Tess from the Renaissance Festival has asked me to come here and speak to you. Fair starts this Saturday. It'll be the 31st season. There's a new 1 or 2 new stages, a couple, 3, 4 new shows. I have coupons, yeah, for this weekend. If anybody wants one of these, anybody here in the audience, anyone, $28. Take this to the ticket booth, buy 1 adult ticket, get a second one for free. So 2 adults for the price of 1 this weekend. And it's good for both Saturday, Sunday, and President's Day. But I don't suggest anybody go that day because it's so crowded. So go this weekend. So let me know if you want one of these or as many of these as you'd want. And if I run out of these, you can get them at the Chamber of Commerce too. See you all Saturday.
Anyone care to respond? It's just yet another thing that puts the Superstition region on the map, and that definitely is a lot of Apache Junction influence out there. So with that, we will be adjourned till the next meeting.